And he talks about things.
Let's put me on pause. I was in there for about an hour. Betsy knocked over a gloss enamel and glass. It was in glass, a gloss enamel paint thinner finish in the studio, and it got all on the grout and on the beautiful tile work that Dad did in there. Right, and it's gooey and it sticks in the thing. So with the gooey and sticking in there, to get it loose and get it out and get it to where it's not too much in the grout and penetrating the grout, I had to go get mineral spirits out of the shed. Okay, pour mineral spirits on it, and then wait a few minutes, and then come out there and cover it around with paper towels, pick it all up with paper towels, and then grab putty knives and pick up the goop and put it with paper towels and put it all together in a plastic bag, throw it in the garbage can outside, right? All that chemical mess, all that poison. Blah, right? And it's not Betsy's fault. Betsy was just doing what Betsy did. We had it setting on a thing where she walks by and she could knock it over. She hit it, it rolled, and it fell off the counter. And it broke. And it didn't happen yesterday, Dad said. I was like, good. So he didn't sleep last night with it in there. Maybe he did. Maybe, and he woke up this morning, but he didn't smell it. And people become nose blind to that because you have Roundup, pesticides, herbicides, insecticides, new people that work for Homeland Security, NASA, and NSA and DARPA and shit driving their cars up to their nice new houses that they got at a government auction from drug dealers that they put out of business. This is Las Cruces. This is where I live, right? And we're always going to win, and they could run me over in the parking lot of a Best Buy if I never existed. But if Jeffrey Hinton says someday his artificial intelligence is going to become more intelligent than him. It's not because of Jeffrey Hinton and these assholes. Can't you understand? Yeesh. So I'm in there again like I was at Fiesta Foods and everywhere else, cleaning up the chemicals off the floor, with not a hazmat suit like all the assholes that kill people for genocide operations in this town to keep the poor people safe from the wealthy. I'm fucking gorgeous. Okay. If you think I look like Antoine LaVey, that's because you feel guilty for what you're doing to me. It's not because my physical appearance, you can look at two people. There's Antoine LaVey and there's me. Okay. Antoine LaVey's parting video to the world, according to Fantasy Island. I just want you to know Satan will always be here, even if it comes in the form of a beautiful woman, right? Earl, why don't you guys live with the Lord's Prayer so we don't have to suffer those insufferable psychotic maniacs, because we need freedom. We need freedom from foreign potentates. That whole movie, The Patriot? Why should I trade one tyrant 2,000 miles away for 2,000 tyrants 1 mile away? Okay. Now, when you have a house and you are faithful like Abram and Sarai and Sarah, right? You don't need a bunch of foreign potentates having a virtual presence through linguistics in your house, through your TV, your cell phone, and your computer that indoctrinates you to accept, Charlie Kirk, 25 woke students, Seattle is dying, Mike Rowe discusses we're all lab rats. The Huber kid sits there and says how to develop great inner strength. You can't even tell yourself the truth or tell people the truth in public. What the fuck do you know about inner strength, Froggy? Okay. He wanted acceptance because he was made fun of because of his voice. So he strived to be very intelligent so people couldn't make fun of him and say he sounds stupid, right? Now he goes on talk shows and everybody tells him he's an uber genius because he kisses asses to administrators at Stanford University. And then he tries to tell us, here's how to build inner strength with another guy making faces like they're tough. And you're like, dude, if you're really strong, this is what your tough face is like. Chuji Bear, I'm disappointed in you. Okay. And then if he still doesn't listen because his mom uses the Fairley Brothers and Beavis and Butthead to raise him, okay, when you tell him, no, Noah, you cannot light stuff on fire with a magnifying glass in your window. And you need to stop peeing in plastic bottles because Kate's getting big enough to take them and open them up and drink out of them. So Jim Carrey and the Fairley Brothers and Jackass and Johnny Knoxville and Steve-O do not exist in this house. Your mom may try to raise you at the TV, but I'll raise you and kick all their asses out of the house. Okay? So I had to pick him up by the scruff of his collar and put him into the pillows on his bed and remind him, I'm very serious and you will not do things that can light this house on fire and kill you and your sisters. And then he said, to this day, because of all the abuse he got from the Fabres and Georgiev and whoever is living in the house with Amy at this time, oh, he was a bad man. He was bad to you. No, he wasn't. Okay. And Noah was not a bully. Noah was the anti-bully and protect all the kids with disabilities from the bullies. And I had to tell Noah, you cannot kick their ass. You have to tell the teachers, and we have to deal with this through bureaucracy. We can't do it the old-fashioned way. About to kick your ass. I'm about to go out Zorro on your ass, but everybody knows who I am. I ain't Zorro. I don't have a mask. I'm not a bold renegade. I am the gracious good shepherd. They're bold renegades. They're badass. They're on TV commercials. I help shut down the cartels. I want to make sure that no one can commit an abortion in this state one day. Why don't you get the fuck out of our bedrooms? And why don't you stop getting kickbacks from drug dealers and the people that create drug dealers to make us all feel vulnerable, and then they keep us safe with money and technology? Okay. Now, she was in the shadows till Biden dropped out, and now she's in. Okay. And she don't talk to me. So this is the first, and I don't do research, so this is the first I've been able to see Miss Harris from California. Okay. And I can tell you about Miss Harris better than she can tell herself about herself, because she doesn't even understand herself. Because she hasn't been to a psychologist that can take a psychologist and do the Judy Krishnamurti of Houston Smith on her. Okay. She sits there and says she's passionate about the Constitution and upholding the Constitution of this land, right? The Constitution, the Declaration of Independence was written by white men that saw their own wives and children as property and bought and sold people like Kamala Harris's relatives as commodities until they were corrected by popular opinion, okay, through violence. Okay, so she's passionate, okay, like Sotomayor and Ginsburg, about the Constitution, okay. Me, the Constitution is a bunch of aristocrats pretending to be like myself, Daniel, Joseph, and David, okay, and Jesus, and Muhammad, okay. Now, we are people, okay, that have faith in God, so we are believable people. Okay, you can believe us when we say something. When I say I love people, they know I mean it, okay. If Kamala Harris says she loves you, I get you. I worked at McDonald's. I know what it's like to be poor like you. You can work your way up the ladder to decide who lives or dies in the United States and gets to ask for money on TV because their counterparts died and they can't ask for any more money on TV to help keep them alive from catastrophic injury for fighting over the status quo and money. Okay. And so they get up and stand first for what they're injured for because they need to believe in it or they want to just die. I had a good life. I had a beautiful wife. I had a planet to live on that's absolutely beautiful. That's being destroyed by the people that sent me to go take one for the team. God bless America. God's not a possessive pronoun, dumbass. The blessing of life is the glory of God. Reflect the blessing of life and be the blessing. Don't use God as a possessive pronoun to mass murder people in the name of Charlie Kirk and 25 woke students, okay? And so people, they understand themselves, except I have to explain it to them, okay? Now, most of you that think you get me, if you are breaking the law, okay? If you are stealing from others to provide for yourself, okay? If you are selling drugs or doing business with people selling drugs, okay? We are not alike, okay? I was doped and drugged by the military to look like I was a drug addict or an alcoholic. Okay? I was abused and put in jail by trying to stop people from being criminals and being made into criminals so criminals could try to look like heroes. Okay? I am a very unique individual. I appreciate it when you respect me and respect what I'm doing, but if you respect me, then respect yourself and get up and help me. Okay? Do you understand? Think, speak, and act truthfully and faithfully. That's the only way you can help me rapidly get this done if there's not any celebrities or CEOs or billionaires that are going to radically change, do a complete 180, if that's at all tangible. I don't know if it's tangible. It sure doesn't look like it. Since January 22nd, 2013, it's been over 11 years. Okay, no, it hasn't been over 11 years. It's been close to 11 years, okay? Yeah, it's been over 11 years because January 22nd, 2025, it'll be 12 years, right? So it's been over 11 years, sorry. I don't do math like that real well. And then it makes people that think they're uber genius think I'm dumb. Okay, it's like my sister used to tell me, Patrick Flutter, I misspell things real bad. I'm not a good speller. And my sister Pancha goes, it makes you look stupid. It's like, I can explain to people quantum physics of relativity real easy so everybody can understand it. And because I don't spell good, because I have many symbols and many forms of communication actively translating in my mind, you see what I'm saying? I'm talking to Suzuki. I'm talking to Sun Yat-sen, okay? And when I talk to Jesus in ancient times, he doesn't speak English. He's God. I know he's God. He speaks any language he wants. I get it. Okay, Muhammad doesn't claim to be God and speaks Arabic. Okay, and we have conversations. Do you understand? Okay, you have to understand relativity. Life is eternal and grace is infinite. Okay, never mind. They'll argue till the cows come home. Can you neuroscientists explain them to them? I don't even think a neuroscientist can explain himself to himself or herself. Because life is eternal and grace is infinite. That's the truth. So everything that affects us of what is truthful, faithful, and correct. And if things are not truthful, faithful, and correct, anything you're trying to do to try to fix the problem, if you're not doing things truthfully, faithfully, and correctly, is just trying to clean up the place with the mineral spirits, and you're just trying to cover up the problem instead of eliminating the problem altogether. Okay, by not spraying Roundup, by not driving cars to jobs, to cars extortion, by not building boxes for houses and actually building adobe houses built to last, not asking for a mortgage, but saying, this is the De La Vega residence where Don Alejandro and Diego live. And don't forget Bernardo and no servants. They won't want to be servants anymore. Your time is your own. You all work together to provide needs, and then you do your own cleaning, your own cooking, and you get your own food. It's like the buffet, right? With the royals and the Amway people. Remember that story? If you don't, well, I'll ask somebody else to explain it to you. All right, I got to get back to work, and we'll work again, and we'll see how quickly they can load this. Stop doing your fucking algorithms and get this shit together so I can teach these people more quickly because you're inadequate at it. Thank you.